Welcome, everybody. Oh, today we're talking about coming home to yourself. Coming home to yourself. Yeah. Hmm. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Yet for many people, it becomes one of life's most profound journeys. Have you ever looked around you and realized that somewhere along the way you disappeared? Not physically, emotionally, spiritually. You became who everyone else needed you to be: the caregiver, the provider, hmm. the peacekeeper, the strong one, the person everyone could count on. Those roles may have helped you survive difficult seasons, but sometimes survival comes with a cost. The cost is ourselves. I know it did for me. There were years when I was so focused on taking care of everyone around me that I stopped checking in with the one person who needed my attention the most: me. How was I feeling? What did I need? What did I want? Those questions rarely crossed my mind. Many of us were taught responsibility, achievement, sacrifice. Few of us were taught how to build a healthy relationship with ourselves. So we search outside ourselves for approval, validation, certainty, for someone else to tell us we're enough. Meanwhile, our own voice grows quieter. Recovery taught me that healing is far more than changing behaviors. Healing is rebuilding trust with yourself, learning to listen again, to believe your feelings matter, learning that your needs are not an inconvenience. For some people, that feels liberating. For others, it feels terrifying, especially if you spent years putting yourself last. Suddenly, setting a boundary feels uncomfortable. Speaking your truth feels risky. Making a decision without seeking permission feels unfamiliar. Yet, discomfort is often a sign that something new is being created. Coming home begins with awareness, recognizing the moments you betray your own truth, recognizing where you've been shrinking, silencing yourself, or settling for less than you deserve. Once awareness arrives, choice becomes possible, and choice creates transformation. Trust follows through action, not grand gestures, small moments, keeping promises to yourself, honoring your intuition, respecting your limits, speaking honestly, little by little. Confidence grows. Oh, the relationship strengthens. You begin to feel at home with yourself again. This is what reconnecting looks like. Not perfection, not having all the answers, simply returning to yourself over and over again. There is another beautiful gift that emerges from this process: joy, not performative happiness, not the joy attached to achievements or accomplishments, a deeper joy, the kind that comes from alignment, the kind that comes from knowing who you are and living in accordance with your values, the kind that appears when you stop abandoning yourself. For years, I believed joy was something I had to earn. Now I understand it grows naturally when I'm connected to myself. When I trust myself, when I honor my truth, when I allow myself to take up space exactly as I am, no matter how long you felt disconnected, you can always return. No matter how far away you wandered, you can always come home. One breath, one choice, one moment at a time. So, today I invite you to consider, where have you lost connection with yourself? Write that down. Where have you lost connection with yourself? There's a power in journaling. There's a power in taking a moment to connect with you and the pen on the page. Another question: what part of you is waiting to be heard? What would it look like to come home to yourself? Because the relationship you have with yourself influences every other area of your life. And the pathway to joy begins the moment you decide you are worth returning to. Choose connection, choose authenticity, choose joy. How are you choosing that every day? Be honest with yourself. You're the most important person in the room. You always have been. And yet you've been told something different. You've been told that your value is in what you give to others. If you were coming home after a long vacation, a big business trip, you've been gone for weeks, maybe months, what would the reception at the airport look like? Crickets? Alone? Nobody even noticed you were gone? Oh, what a terrible thought. What a terrible feeling. And yet that's how we treat ourselves and how we allow others to treat us. Disconnection. Man, we've been disconnected from ourselves for so long that we may not even have met ourselves. And yet we can today. Begin by telling your truth. Again, pen and paper, perhaps a friend. Do you have a friend that you can tell your truth to? I sure hope you do. Someone that you can trust, maybe someone that empowers you, a friend who keeps you accountable, a mentor who has a meaningful part in your life. These are powerful people. They're your team. Trust, T, empower, E, accountability, A, and mentorship, M. I'm Nancy Nance. I am your guide, your navigation system towards the pathway for choosing joy. Have a fabulous day, a wonderful week. If you're on YouTube, share, subscribe, and hit that hype. It's really cool what it does. I love you to the moon and back. Thank you so much for tuning in.